All right, so get ready because we are going like deep, deep under the surface this time.
Oh, yeah.
This deep dive is going to be juicy.
Sounds like it.
We're talking about Hollywood secrets, hush money, and maybe even like a whole empire about to crumble.
Whoa, okay. I'm intrigued.
And get this, our main source is Young Miami's podcast, Koresha, please.
Really? So not like some tell-all book or court documents?
Nope, straight from Young Miami herself, talking about her relationship with Diddy.
Okay, so we're dealing with some serious insider info here.
Oh, absolutely. And what makes this even more wild is Diddy's been pushing this whole love era thing like he's all about positivity and good vibes.
Right, I've seen that all over social media.
But behind the scenes, there's a ton of accusations, illegal stuff. He's dealing with shady business stuff, even some criminal allegations.
So Young Miami spilling the tea is like a major crack in that perfect image he's trying to build.
Exactly. It throws everything into question. To really get what Young Miami's saying, though, we have to understand the scope of Diddy's empire.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's not just a rapper. He's a full-on businessman, fashion, liquor, TV, you name it.
Huge network.
Massive influence.
And according to Young Miami, that influence is how he silences critics and keeps his image squeaky clean.
Powerful.
Super powerful.
Yeah.
She makes it sound like he kind of controls everything and everyone around him.
Wow. That's intense.
Uh-huh.
There's this quote from the podcast that really stood out to me. Young Miami asked Diddy, "Why are you messing with me? Why are you coming into my world?"
Oh, yeah, I remember that part.
It's like she knew from the start that things were unbalanced, that she was getting pulled into something she didn't fully grasp.
Makes you think. Then comes the real shocker.
What's that?
The list.
Wait, what list?
Yeah.
Young Miami says Diddy has a list of huge celebrities, A-listers, who paid him to keep their secrets quiet.
Oh, my God. That is a bombshell.
Like throwing a grenade right into the heart of Hollywood?
And now everyone's trying to figure out who's on that list.
Right. The speculation is insane. If even half of what she's saying is true, it's like this dark underbelly of Hollywood is being exposed. A place where the powerful can just buy their way out of anything.
And control who gets to speak and what stories get told.
Exactly. So how does this control work? What are the mechanics of it?
Well, Hollywood is all about image, right? You know what parties you're at, and a select few control all of that.
True. That's where this rotation thing comes in. Young Miami mentions this system where powerful guys have these rotating groups of women around them.
Keeps them quiet.
Yeah. And creates this weird culture of complicity. It's not just about romantic relationships either. It's about power and access.
Right. So Young Miami's story ties into this larger issue of powerful men abusing that power, especially against women.
Definitely. She talks about dealing with domestic violence in a past relationship and how she won't tolerate that kind of treatment.
But with Diddy, there's clearly this power imbalance, which makes it much harder to speak out.
It resonates with so many women who've come forward since #MeToo, like these systemic issues that let powerful men act without consequence.
It's scary how much they can get away with. And it's important to note, Young Miami isn't just making vague claims.
Right, she's specific.
Very specific. Especially about the FBI raid on Diddy's mansion.
Oh yeah, she went into detail about that, what they found.
Drugs, bloody sheets, used condoms.
It paints such a messed up picture compared to his love era persona.
Total opposite. Then there are the other allegations against Diddy illegal drug operations, sexual misconduct, racketeering.
Wow, those are serious charges.
These aren't just rumors either, they're actual investigations and legal proceedings in motion.
So to understand how bad this could be for Diddy, we need to unpack racketeering.
Okay, break it down.
Basically, it means engaging in illegal activities as part of a big organization.
Like a whole network.
Exactly. And using intimidation or violence to stay in control.
So it's not just individual bad actions. It could be this whole system of corruption.
Potentially a lot of people and groups involved.
And if that list is real,
it adds a whole other level of complexity.
It's a web that keeps getting wider and wider the more you pull on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're talking about potential career-ending stuff, reputations destroyed.
And maybe a whole network of complicity in Hollywood exposed.
Huge ramifications.
Makes you think how many others might be caught in the crossfire.
I know, right? This is just the tip of the iceberg.
We'll dive deeper into all the fallout and what this means for the entertainment industry in the next part of our deep dive.
It's really important to point this out. Young Miami doesn't come across as this helpless victim in her story.
Right. Like she's not playing that card at all.
It's more than that.
Yeah.
She owns her experiences, her choices, even talks about enjoying the lifestyle that came with Diddy.
Makes her a more reliable source, you think?
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes her story more believable. It challenges that whole idea that women involved with powerful men are always just victims being forced into things.
It's way more complex than that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Human relationships are messy, especially when you throw fame and money into the mix.
Not so black and white.
Right. Tons of gray areas.
Yeah.
Contradictions. So she doesn't shy away from describing Diddy's alleged downfall either.
Oh, yeah. She brings us back to that FBI raid.
And all those details, cocaine, bloody sheets, used condoms.
Not pretty.
No, not at all. It suggests a pattern of behavior, if true.
More than just one relationship.
Yeah, possibly a system of exploitation and control that's been going on for years. Maybe even with other people in Diddy's circle involved.
It's like we're peeling back layers of this onion.
And each layer is worse than the last.
You have the public Diddy love era philanthropist businessman.
Then you have the behind closed doors, Diddy manipulative controlling. Using his power to silence people and build this wall of secrecy.
Crazy. And young Miami's stuck in the middle.
Drawn in by his charisma and influence, then witnessing his empire potentially crumble.
What a story. So let's talk about that list.
The list of celebrities who supposedly paid Diddy for their silence.
What kind of secrets could be so bad that they'd pay him off?
Who knows? We can only guess based on what we know about Diddy and the stuff he's accused of.
Criminal activity, maybe? Money issues? Personal scandals that could ruin them?
Could be anything. Really makes you think about who else might be involved in this web of secrecy.
Lawyers, publicists, even journalists.
Anyone who benefited from keeping Diddy's image clean?
It's unsettling.
Definitely makes you question
Yeah.
everything you see about these celebrities and their perfect lives.
How much of it is fake? How much is controlled?
That's the big question.
Yeah.
And will Young Miami's story change anything?
Will people finally start holding these powerful figures accountable?
This happened before.
Yeah, like with Harvey Weinstein.
At first it was just whispers, rumors,
Yeah.
but then more and more people spoke up and the truth couldn't be ignored.
Could this be another turning point? Will Young Miami's story inspire others to come forward?
We'll have to wait and see. But she's definitely brought attention to the dark side of Hollywood.
Highlighting the power dynamics, the abuse, the systems that allow it all to happen.
Absolutely. This is way bigger than just Diddy. It's about a whole culture that needs to change.
I don't know about you, but it feels like we're watching something major unfold.
Yeah, it does feel like a turning point.
Not just for Diddy, but for like the whole entertainment industry.
Right? Is Hollywood finally going to face the music and deal with these systems that let people abuse their power and silence anyone who speaks up?
I mean, they've swept things under the rug for so long.
Yeah, that's true. Hollywood's good at protecting its own.
But this feels different.
It does.
Young Miami isn't just making accusations, she's giving us specifics, details that paint this vivid picture.
She's not holding back.
Not at all. And she's forcing us to see past the glamour of Hollywood and really confront the damage that these power dynamics cause.
Human cost,
Yeah.
And she also makes you think about the media's role in all of this.
Right, like are they complicit too?
Are they helping to maintain these systems?
How much of what we see about celebrities is just carefully crafted PR?
Exactly. And are there journalists and publicists who are basically turning a blind eye to all the bad stuff just to keep their access and get those favors?
It's a really unsettling thought.
It is. It makes you question everything.
Makes you realize we can't just sit back and passively watch all this unfold.
Nope. We all have a responsibility to hold these powerful people accountable.
We can't just ignore the ethical implications.
Especially when there's potential for real harm happening behind the scenes.
Young Miami speaking out like this is huge.
It really is.
It shows how powerful a single voice can be when it challenges the status quo.
Yeah, she's shining a light on the dark side of this system that protects the powerful and often ignores the vulnerable.
So this deep dive has been a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We went deep into the allegations against Diddy, explored that whole rotation thing and the culture of silence.
And we talked about what Young Miami's revelations could mean for everyone involved.
But why should the average person listening care about all this? It seems like just another celebrity scandal, right?
I get why you'd think that.
Yeah,
But it's so much bigger than just Diddy.
it is.
Yeah, this is about power and accountability. It's something that happens in every industry, every community, even in our personal relationships.
Oh, wow. I didn't think about it like that.
It's everywhere. And this story is a reminder to be aware of those power dynamics.
To recognize manipulation and abuse.
And to have the courage to speak up when we see something wrong.
Young Miami's bravery is inspiring.
It really is. It shows that we can challenge these systems.
We can demand better so that truth wins and people who abuse their power are held responsible.
Exactly. So as we wrap up, think about the power dynamics in your own life.
Are there secrets being kept? injustice is happening.
What can you do to make sure the truth comes out and justice is served?
Not just in Hollywood, but everywhere.